What's up? Welcome back to Duty's Daggers. Today we're checking out some Hinderers. XM-24, baby, and XM-18. This is my first time really checking out an XM-24. This was sent to me by a friend. And I thought it'd be kind of interesting to compare the two. I'm sure there's tons of videos comparing the XM-18 and 24, but I figure I'd do one. Why not? I always thought the XM-18 was pretty big and beefy, but once you put it next to the XM-24, it looks and feels pretty small. So this is a Warncliffe version of the XM-24, and it's a skinny or slim. So I'm not sure how much thicker the regular one is, but if you look on the top, it's about the same as the XM-18. As far as scale thickness, we can find out for sure here. 165 thousandths. 165 thousandths, yeah. So same scale thickness, and then blade stock is the same. 165. 165. So yeah, I'm guessing the regular size XM-24 is probably pretty significantly thicker. I don't know for sure though. If I was going to buy an XM-24, I would want this skinny one, I think. But I don't think I would ever buy an XM-24. This is just too big for me. This is just massive. I don't really like huge knives. I'm not really a huge knife kind of guy. I prefer to not have very much extra handle, you know. Choked back, this is perfect. Absolutely perfect. You know, choked up, you'll have some extra, but that's normal. Yeah, the XM-18 is perfect size for me. But there's a lot of you out there that like big knives, or maybe you have huge hands, you know. The blade shape is really cool. This is an epic Warncliffe. Like super, super pointy. Really nice stonewash finish on this too. And it's surprisingly thin behind the edge. You know, Hinderer is kind of known for really thick grinds. This is not super thick. We've got 16 thousandths behind the edge. That was surprising to me. I was expecting it to be real thick. So this is probably a pretty good cutter. Definitely a great piercer. You know, not the thinnest blade stock ever, but, you know, behind the edge you got a pretty good measurement. This is one with a blue lock side, which looks real nice. It's pretty much exactly the same as an XM-18, just scaled up. You can kind of see that lock bar stabilizer a little bit better because it's not so far behind the clip. I don't see any differences. Yeah, it's just a scaled up XM-18. Got the titanium liner there, G10 scale. When you buy a titanium scale, it deletes that liner, if anyone's wondering. So mine used to have a titanium liner, and then when I got the titanium scale, that goes away, and it's replaced with the full titanium scale. It's pretty cool. Same texture. I like the texture on the XM-18. I just did a video about textures on titanium, and it's a really cool texture. It reminds me of like a expanded metal, like a grill you'd see on a barbecue grill, that kind of material. That's pretty neat. Now the action, really smooth, really, really smooth. On the drop, really nice click. Louder than mine on my XM-18. Flipper tab, obviously same shape, but bigger. There's just so much leverage, and it's not a snappy D10 on these. That's not how flipper or Hinderer flippers are. They're not snappy. They're just not. But the thumb studs are. You easily rocket this thing out really nicely. Same on the XM-18. I know a lot of people complain about the Hinderer flipper tabs. I actually don't mind them because it provides like a guard for your finger back here. And then if you're in a situation where you don't want that, you just choke up. Now it's gone. Now you can not get snagged in the sharpening choil, whatever you want to do. Or if you want to protect your hand, you go back here. So I kind of like that. And it's curved up, you know, in the closed position, which isn't the most comfortable flipper tab ever. But in the open position, it's curled down, which is really nestles your finger right in there. So I like it. In fact, I think I would prefer a Hinderer with a flipper tab over one without. Unless it was maybe like the Fullered version. That I don't even know if that one comes in a flipper version, actually. It might just come in flipperless. But yeah, if you're looking for a really snappy flipper tab, Hinderer is not for you. Obviously, the thumb studs are also the external stops, so they nestle right in these little spots. Really nice. It's a cool looking knife, it really is. It kind of makes me want a Wharncliffe XM-18, or maybe even a Wharncliffe Eclipse. I've been wanting to kind of add another Hinderer to the collection, and I'm not sure if I want an Eclipse or the Project X. The Project X is really cool. If anyone has one that might want to lend it to me to show on the channel, by the way, that would be awesome. I haven't checked one out yet. They have a textured lock side, so I think they use the same texture, but it's on the lock side as well, which is really neat. And there's a couple other really cool features on the Project X. So if you're willing to send me one, let me borrow it, hit me up. So there you go, just a little comparison between the two. Let's measure it really quick, actually. So the handle on the XM-24 is 5 1/4. On the Hinderer, it's 4 3/4. Overall is like 9 1/4 and 8 1/4. So it's basically a whole inch longer. Blade's 4 inches, 3 1/2 on the XM-18. So you gain about a 1/2 inch on the handle and a 1/2 inch on the blade. Pretty cool. You know, people, I think people kind of started talking shit about Hinderer back when that whole thing happened with their soft magna cut. And that was justifiable, you know. I couldn't really figure out why they were making their magna cut so soft. But they don't really use magna cut anymore. They stopped doing it. And their S45 yen, as far as I know, is done well. So yeah, I think Hinderer's awesome. I really like Hinderer knives, man. They're great. They're just cool, man. USA made. They're beefy. There's a lot of really cool milling going on in here. The design's just great. They're so ergonomic. They're so comfortable. Just real beefy USA made titanium frame locks. Can't go wrong. Really can't. So that's it. Thanks for watching. Like the video before you head out. And I'll see you next time.